What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? We going live. Yeah, we going live. Whoa, yeah. Pistons make a trade. We gotta go live. That's how it goes. What happens? At least for a little bit, we're gonna go live. So, for those of y'all that have not seen, the Detroit Pistons have acquired Alec Burks, Nerlens Noel in a trade. The Knicks, also in addition, doing everything that they can to clear all the salary cap space possible to get Jalen Brunson. So, in addition, all right, per James Edwards III, if the Pistons don't pick up the options on Noel and Burks next summer, they'll have those two, Corey Joseph, Diallo, and the dead money of DeAndre Jordan coming off the books. That's roughly $35 million, assuming none are retained, making them big players in free agency next year as well. So, listen, man. Listen, it's a good move in the sense that we're getting players that can come in and help now. They're veterans, both guys that are over the age of 23, making quite a few stops. Troy Weaver has familiarity with Nerlens Noel as a prospect and as a talent, as a guy who can come in and be a reliable second or third big. Once Jalen Duren kind of takes on more of those responsibilities and proves that he's ready to be the franchise big, he can kind of slip into the background. And the other thing with Troy Weaver that we have to remember is Troy's not done, right? Like, he doesn't just make one move. He makes a multitude of moves. He makes different trades, different decisions, different scenarios. So when I'm looking at what the Pistons are doing right now, first of all, I'm going to put a link in the chat. Anybody wants to talk about this trade, you got the link right there. Hop on in. Let's talk. I'm watching my roommate pet my cat right now. Is what I'm doing. But anyway, let's talk about this trade. So Alec Burks. Let's talk about Alec Burks. Solid veteran. Guy who can shoot the three. A wing. Gives us some depth. A guy who can play solid basketball, and 30 years old. Probably one of the better players that we could have gotten this offseason, especially with the free agency market. I mean, we saw guys like Taurean Prince, who was a guy that I really wanted the Pistons to target. He ultimately got picked up by Minnesota again, got extended, and now you have the opportunity to bring Alec Burks and a guy who can score the basketball, a guy who can shoot the three, and even if need be, handle the ball a little bit. So, I mean, listen, man, you got a career vet, 40% from three over the last 3 seasons. Exactly, Jim. I mean, that's value, right? Inherently, that's just value. So, solid pickup for the Pistons. A guy who is a career 38% three-point shooter, career 10.6 points a game, brings value on the defensive end. A guy who could be a veteran, a guy who's been in multiple different locker rooms, knows the NBA game. And, Burks can help Cade handle the ball a lot. Best point guard in New York. Exactly. I mean, and listen, this is a guy who's 6'6". So you talk about the versatility that he brings along with Cade, along with Killian, along with Ivy, along with Diallo. And the crazy thing is, what do you think is next? What does this mean for, bringing in Nerlens Noel? What does this mean for Kelly Olynyk? Is that a name that we see get moved? Could we possibly see trades with Charlotte? Could we possibly still see that Gordon Hayward deal? I know James Edwards III just did a piece talking about potentially possibly what it would look like if we brought in Gordon Hayward, or what it would look like if we brought in Duncan Robinson. Like there's a lot of different options out there. But the Pistons should have held out for one of the first the Knicks obtained draft day. I mean, yeah, but listen, I just think for the Pistons, I think it's just about the mutual benefit of getting the players in the system. I think New York's they're just looking to dump salary as quickly as possible. The Pistons, they're just looking to take on players that can both help them now, but in addition, they can come in and give us flexibility with the salary going forward. And I think that's something that brings a lot of value, right? You talk about the ability to have guys, and like you said, that's exactly it. The two vets we needed badly. We just needed vets, right? And so, especially, someone like Nerlens Noel, who's a consistent big, who you know what you're getting out of him. He's not a guy that can shock you, but he's a guy that can play good basketball. He's a player that, in the past has been talked about of someone that we could acquire. And of the backup bigs out there, he's not a bad one to have, especially for your third big. If we're talking about like, Jalen Duren, Isaiah Stewart, and Nerlens Noel, that's a solid tandem of bigs. I mean, you talk about the possible lineups. You could throw Nerlens Noel and Beef Stew on the court together. You could conceivably play Jalen Duren and Nerlens Noel together. Probably not much, but you could. So it's one of those things. And in addition, you have moves, you have contracts, you have pieces that, like, let's say Detroit decides they want to trade Burks in the future. They can. Let's say they want to trade Noel in the future. They can. They have options. And even though they're taking on salary, they're also giving themselves the ability to make. I mean, there's going to be more moves made, and they still have salary to add in this offseason as well. So, I mean, conceivably, Kirby, I don't think this is particularly like too far off, right? I mean, they're getting these guys to come in over the age of 23 years old. We talked about how dire that is. These guys can come in and fill a need, fill a void in this team, make the guys around them better. I mean, we just talk about how badly this was needed on this roster. So I just, listen, man, Troy Weaver hasn't had a move yet that I have been upset with. And it's one of those things that I think it's overall pretty good. Bravo, my man. I love you. What's going on? Sup, Sean. I like the move, but I don't get Noel. What do we do with Duren then? So to answer your question, Bravo, he's going to the G League? No. So one thing we did see earlier today, and I do want to touch on this quickly. We did see that Luka Garza was not picked up. His option was not picked up by the Detroit Pistons. Confirmed by Frank Garza on Twitter. And I want to say, I love Luka Garza. I love Frank Garza. I love the Garza family and everything they were in Detroit. I wish them nothing but the best. I think Nerlens Noel, Bravo, to answer your question, is your second to third big. I think he comes in. I think Duren probably is I would say he's your third big to start the season. I think you're going to have a rotation of Stewart starting at the 5 day one. I think you're going to see Noel being his backup day one. And I think Duren will come in and play about 15 minutes off the bench, start with getting some rebounds, hustling up and down the court, playing good defense, kind of like Beef Stew, earn his minutes over the season, and potentially see Duren take over as the starting five by the end of the season. And so, in my opinion, to answer your question, Bravo, I think for one, Troy Weaver, you have to remember the connection here, right? Nerlens Noel, one-time player for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Troy Weaver brings in a guy that he's familiar with. In addition, he has a team option going into next season. And in addition, It gives the team more flexibility in salary, another mentor, another potential veteran. And that's the thing, like you said, I don't mind because Duran needs some coaching, he needs some mentoring. I think he could be our third string center day one, and I think he should be our third string center day one. So I think it's one of those situations where Nerlens Noel, at least for the time being, brings some value. And if you find it ultimately doesn't work and Duran's ready, no harm, no foul. Move on. Next. You know what I'm saying? I would be shocked if Bagley isn't re-signed. I would agree with you. I would go one step further. I would say expect Bagley to be re-signed. I would say he should be re-signed. They threw out the qualifying offer, which means there's interest in both parties for a deal to get done. The Pistons do have his rights as a restricted free agent. And I would say expect the Pistons to re-sign Bagley. So re-sign Bagley, I believe they will. I would say a deal will probably get done pretty quickly into free agency. So, and like you said, man, you nailed it. Bagley wants to be here. That's important. 10 out of 10 sneeze dab. So it actually wasn't a sneeze. It was a cough. So let that be known. I appreciate you being here, JJ. But it's one of those things where you utilize your system. You get veterans in the building that can help you develop and can take some minutes. It takes some relief because you talk about guys like Jalen Duren. It's going to be important for them to have a guy who, like Jalen Duren doesn't have to come in and doesn't have to play those fourth quarter crucial minutes day one. Like Nerlens Noel could take some of that pressure if need be. And I like that. And in addition, a guy like Alec Burks, just another guy who can shoot the ball, who gives versatility in position and what he can do. I think he's a guy who can come off the bench. He's a guy who can start if you need him to. I think he's a guy that you play him alongside Cade, you play him alongside Sadiq. I could play him alongside Ivy. I think you gives him shooting and spacing. I think from a basketball fit, these guys come in, they play solid roles, and in addition, we can still go get some other pieces in free agency. I mean, this is kind of what we were told to expect, right? Getting some veterans who can bring value, who can bring versatility, who can bring experience and wisdom. But in addition, can bring shooting, who can bring play, who can bring value on the court. Alec Burks, a good veteran. He's not like a world stopper. He's not like one of these veterans that, like we're talking about where it's like PJ Tucker, or like that's just like, boom, the guy that championship teams have. But you know what he is? He's a good basketball player. He's an adult. He's 30. He's going to be 31 going into this season. We have somebody over 30. Thank the Lord. Dave, I appreciate it. I'm not even a Pistons fan, but the East better take note. That organization seems serious. Brother, you have no idea. Troy, mother loving Weaver, dude. He's a serious man. He's about business. But again, if you want to come in, you want to talk basketball, if you have any questions for me, if you want to talk about these moves, and if you want to talk about Pistons free agency, I just dropped the link. That gets you into the stream. That gets you up here talking with me all about hoops. So if you want to talk hoops, click that link. Also, I do want to note, first of all, y'all have been crazy lately with all the views. You have been insane. Thank you all very much. We, in the past 48 hours alone, have had over 10,000 views, which is nuts. But in addition, our Miles Bridges video did really well. Our Cade and Ivy video did really well today. But I'm really pumped because tomorrow I have a pod with one of my guys. You might know him as 3 Cone on Twitter. We talked all about the NBA draft, talked all things winners and losers. He's a big Thunder fan. And so had him on, and it was really fun. Talked all things NBA draft. So if you're not subscribed to Cone, go subscribe to Cone. He's the guy. Love that man. But yeah, man. Sean, you seem really cool, bro. You're my homie now. I appreciate it, bro. Hey, I'm just here. I'm just here to talk hoops, man, and have a good time. That's all. That's what it's about. So, how come Noel to Phoenix? I mean, I don't know. I don't see Nerlens Noel heading to Phoenix. Maybe not right now. I don't see Detroit really in the DeAndre Ayton sweepstakes at the moment. I mean, I could see Detroit like potentially making moves, potentially moving Nerlens Noel like somewhere at some point. But I think again, Weaver likes Nerlens Noel. Like that's like the type of pickup where it's kind of like one of those things where the New York Knicks, it's like one man's trash is another man's treasure. This is a guy that understands Troy Weaver, understands the type of culture that we're building in Detroit. And remember, these were important pivotal pieces for the Knicks when they made runs to the playoffs. And I mean, Alec Burks, I mean, again, he's a guy that's been all over the place, man. He's been in Utah, he was in Cleveland, Sacramento, Golden State, he was in Philly, and he was in New York. Like he's been all over the place, man. But it's just one of those fits where, it's just, hey, this is a great start to the offseason, a solid foundation heading into free agency. Because that's the crazy thing. This is just the first pinnacle. This is the first move. So, with that, what other pieces do we bring in? Do you bring in a guy like Bryn Forbes, MSU guy, former Lansing, shooter, guy who another older veteran has experience in the Spurs system, guy who can spread the floor. You could bring in guys, another MSU native, Gary Harris. I know another name people are bringing up is Bobby Portis, but like I just have a hard time seeing Portis not coming back to the Bucks. Is he gone? Like is he leaving Milwaukee? I just don't think I just, it just seems crazy to me. Sean, the definition of irony. Detroit takes players New York doesn't want to free up money for a big move or two so they can compete. Pistons ended up finishing better than the Knicks. I don't call that irony. I call that the New York Knicks and how they do business. Like that's just the New York Knicks. Listen, man. All right. I was a proponent at one point of bringing in Jalen Brunson. That was a very public thing on this channel. I was very public of my liking of that move. Obviously, getting Jaden Ivey, I am more than okay with that not happening. And in addition, when you see a team like the New York Knicks moving hell and high water to make Jalen Brunson a New York Knick, it really vindicates the fact that that is not the move to do at all. That is the last thing on the planet we should be doing. 0-16, what's going on, brother? Thank you so much for being here. You're always someone I see in the stream. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Everyone here that subscribed, thank y'all so much, man. Y'all are OGs. Really appreciate it. The support of the channel lately has truly been insane. I truly love everyone that's subscribed to the channel. I love the community that we're building here, bro. Seriously, it means a lot. And yeah, man, I'm excited to keep building. And man, I'll say this draft has brought a lot of momentum to the channel, man. And it's been a lot of fun. So, the Knicks, in addition, like you said, not the only move that they have planned. It sounds like they bring in Brunson. It sounds like they might want to bring in DeJounte Murray as well. So it sounds like Murray, like the sweepstakes are happening. So that's kind of unreal. Wait, what happened? If you missed, the Detroit Pistons acquired in a trade. They acquired both Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel. as well as $6 million in cash. In addition, they got, I believe, a 2023 second round pick that the Pistons actually gave to them a few days ago. And I think we also gave them like a second round pick. There might have been some swaps there, but essentially, this was a salary dump move for the New York Knicks to position themselves because, like Don said, they're desperate, man. They are just desperate to put together a winner. They're just desperate to get Jalen Brunson and to make that their future, which let's talk about that for a second, man. Like what's the ceiling of a freaking Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson core? What in the world is that going to be, man? What up, Randall? Thank you so much for being here, bro. Where's the cash going? Tom Gore's pocket. I mean, listen, man. It could be going to Tom Gore's pocket. It could be going in the pockets of a lot of players. The Pistons have some moves they can make. I mean, they could make some trades. They could potentially get some people in free agency. Holy cow, man. Y'all are showing up just for this kind of trade. We have almost 200 people in here already. We are over 200 people. This is insane, bro. What's going on, man? Like, wow. Y'all are crazy, bro. Holy cow. This is awesome, man. Love to see it, man. Thank you all so much for showing out. If you're new here, man, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up really quickly also, I just posted in the chat again, the link. If you want to come in here and talk basketball, click that link. Ask me questions. We could talk about anything, bro. Seriously. Great content as always, brother Randall. You know I appreciate you, man. You're an OG. All love. Are we trading Kelly at this point? I'm thinking so, man. It seems to me like Kelly is one of the moves this offseason, like one of the guys to go. At least to me, logically, that would seem like the next step, right? But especially with all the bigs, I mean, with Marvin Bagley, Jalen Duren, Nerlens Noel, Isaiah Stewart, at a certain point, I mean, like, bro, like Marvin Bagley, like, bro, we gotta get rid of some bigs here, man. Somebody. It's gotta be Kelly. I like Kelly Olynyk. I liked the idea of what he would bring. But man, do you like this trade? Caden, I do. I would give this trade right now a B+. I would say, Gerald, like you said, Troy out here trading bags of chips or players and expiring contracts or cap room next season. Exactly, dude. This is exactly the type of trade you want to make if you're the Pistons. Players who can come in, play consistent, solid basketball right now, and in addition, set yourself up to go get the move next summer. So yeah, I give this trade an A. Not A, okay, but B+. B+. Can we still sign a vet? Absolutely, Greg. I think we can set more than one. I think we can go get a guy like Bryn Forbes. I think we're in the Gary Harris sweepstakes. I wouldn't be surprised if Malik Monk isn't somebody that the Pistons have a targeted eye on. If we could bring in Malik Monk, man, that'd be pretty fun. I want to see if I can get some people in here, man. Listen, if you're in here, you want to talk basketball, click on that link, bro. I starred it. I favored it. Sorry to see Garza go. Me too, man. I'm sad about it. But, I mean, unfortunately, that's just the business of the game. I mean, the Garzas would probably tell you the same thing. Whoa. Whoa. Shockwave Lynn with the $20 super chat. Bro, thank you so much. The super chat's been crazy lately, man. Y'all have been showing love. This is crazy. Keep up the good work. Love your content. Seriously, thank you so much. Seriously means a lot. We are definitely keeping up the content, and the work is definitely going to keep coming. I can promise you that. Sorry to see Pickett go as well. Me too, man. I like, listen, that's the thing. So Nick Henkel said at one point he learned, like when doing content, it's a lot more important when you talk about role players than when you talk about stars, because when anybody can have a take about LeBron James, right? But when you understand like what these certain role players and like what other people bring to the game, like Luka Garza is like a guy that brings a lot of energy, cares about winning, team first guy, high character. The Garza family, I can't say enough great things about. Frank Garza didn't have to sit down with me and do that interview, but he did, and I appreciate it. 0-16 became a member, bro. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much for joining and becoming a member. You can join and become a member. By the way, one of the perks of being a member is that we're going to start doing 2K streams on here once a month. So 0-16, if you follow me on Twitter, reach out to me if you have 2K. We can play live on stream at some point, bro. Thank you so much for signing up and becoming a member. So, who's the starting four next year? I think that's a great question. I think right now, based on where we're at, I almost wonder if Bagley gets the nod. It'd be interesting. Be pretty freaking dope. I'm not gonna lie. Trade Kelly Olynyk for a backup small forward. Yeah, I mean, I almost wonder if Burks is the backup small forward. I almost wonder if you roll with Ivy, Cade, Sadiq, Bagley, Stu to start the year. I almost wonder if that's the starting five to start the season. I like that. I like that five. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Exactly what I'm thinking. I like that starting five to start the year. What happened? Again, in case you missed, the Pistons acquired Nerlens Noel, now Burks, in a deal. Let me pull up the full trade just so we have the details. I don't think Noel starts. No. I think he's a solid vet, but I think if anyone's going to start, you start your young core pieces. I don't think in my opinion, I think if you're going to bring in these vets, they're going to come in support. But in my opinion, I think you start your young core. You start with Isaiah Stewart, who was the starting big last year. And then eventually you allow Duren to come in, and eventually you hope that he earns that role. Over 300 people in here right now to talk about this trade. Yeah, man, y'all are crazy. Thank you so much for tuning in. This gives Duren a year to season. Yeah, exactly. It gives him a year to like really get on the team and like learn the NBA life, because like a lot of people don't remember, you're not only are you getting used to 82 games, you're getting used to the travel, you're getting used to the media and all the requirements and all the places you're being brought to. There's a lot of things that come with it, man. 100%. So, Detroit, like as Woj said, Detroit is eager to utilize Nerlens Noel and guards Alec Burks next season. GM Troy Weaver had Noel on his team in Oklahoma City, and Burks is an ideal veteran to mentor the Pistons' talented young group of guards. Couldn't have said it any better myself, man. 100%. And then for the Knicks, they clear altogether about 30 million in salary cap space. I don't know if that's how much we're actually taking on, but that's the logistics of the trade. So essentially we are taking on Nerlens Noel and Alec Burks, and the Knicks are also including 2 future second round picks and cash as well. And then it looks like we are going to get Detroit. We are getting our 2023 second round pick in return, a pick that we traded a couple days ago. And then we're also getting a 2024 second round pick via Miami. So that is the full deal. That is what we receive. And for us, it allows us to get some players that can play now. We get some assets to take on some salary, gives us some flexibility going into next offseason, which, as we've talked about, is really the free agency pool that you really want to get into. And I know people have talked about, but guys, we could bring in Kevin Durant. We could go trade for Kevin Durant. Like, bro, you have to be ready to bring in a guy like Kevin Durant. You have to be ready to bring in stars. And so for the Pistons, it gives them a season to bring in some guys who can help at least make this team better and take the next step, be better, And in addition, allow these young players to grow. And so that by the time next season comes around, when the Pistons perhaps take a step to the playing game, stars and veterans can look at them and say, that's a team I might want to go join. Because, guys, we have to be honest. We're at least 1 to 2 years away from being an attractive destination to anybody that's a good player. I know. The Woodward Sport, and it's specific Woodward Sports, guys. We're not going to name names. And even if we do name names, it's people that we love. So I put them in their place. I've told them they're wrong. You know me. I'm going to represent Woodward basketball the best way I can. I'm doing my best to be the voice of reason for basketball, Woodward Sports. So that's part of my job. I feel like it's part of my responsibility. Burks is clutch, man. You know, Dog the Bounty Hunter, I couldn't agree with you more. Also, every time I see this image, specifically this chat icon, makes me laugh my ass off. Every time. Internally, just makes me so happy. It just makes me, in my head, I'm just like, I'm the dog, the big bad dog, the bounty hunter. Thank you for being here. Sean, who would you want us to target in free agency outside of big names? I mean, kind of like I said, Bryn Forbes, you know, is one that I think is solid. I think, you know, Gary Harris, I know he's kind of like one of the bigger names, but I think he's someone that's solid. Lonnie Walker, I don't hate the idea of that. But I just think, listen, man, ultimately, what do I want? I want shooters. I want veterans. I want wing depth. And I want contracts that we can get the heck out of if we want to. So just keep making moves like these, man. Even if we brought in a guy like Duncan Robinson, even if we brought in a guy like Gordon Hayward, and you attach a first-round pick with that. Otto Porter, hell yes. I would love Otto Porter. That would be an awesome move. Bravo. You said it best, buddy. Get us TJ Warren, man. I would love that move. Absolutely phenomenal. Without a doubt. So there's a lot of different things that we could do, man. Listen, I understand it might not be the most fun if we don't go get these big names or these big fish that we've been talking about for a while. But let's be honest here. Isn't it good that we have a GM that's showing restraint with the salary space? We talk about how we haven't had salary cap space in a while, right? And the first time we go get it, we have the opportunity to just go flat out make our team better, man. It's exciting. It's just flat out exciting. So with that, I'm going to go get something to drink out of the fridge. Just 20 seconds. I'm going to drop this link in the chat one more time. If anyone wants to come in and talk basketball, I'll let you in when I come back. Again, I want to show the record show. The link is right here. If you want to come talk basketball, all you have to do is click on that link. I do not bite. I will be right back in 20 seconds. And it's one of those things where you get better shooters, man. You don't put any pressure on guys like Sadiq Bey to go out there and do anything crazy, you know? No max contracts, man. Not yet. Exactly. Exactly, man. You don't have to. You know, it's not necessary. So it's one of those things where, you know, you as a franchise can just make better decisions, do exactly what you need to do for yourself, and not have to be slaves to that moment, to that kind of thing. So, yeah, man, absolutely love it all around. So I think it's a good move for the Pistons. And like, it allows us to be patient, allows us to be versatile, to do things, and quite frankly, allows us to grow and go from here. So yeah, man, good move all around, something that helps us going forward. Long term type of play. Absolutely versatile. You can't go wrong, man. You absolutely can't go wrong. Do want to apologize for a moment ago on that weird thing with the troll. Lesson learned. We won't talk about it further. Whoever thinks they're clever for doing that type of shit. Cool. Do you guys want Aiton? Still asking from a Suns fan. Listen, man, I don't think we need Aiton. That's just the truth. I think with DeAndre Ayton, he's the type of guy that he was plan B for this franchise. I think as an organization, you see the need to bring in a guy like Jalen Duren in the draft. And it's one of those things where you know, we have the ability to get a franchise center in free agency. However, we went and got that we went and got that franchise center in the draft. So for the Pistons to get that opportunity, just all around great move for them. And I'm just happy for them, man. It's great stuff. So absolutely. And this is just the beginning of the offseason moves and all this stuff coming down the pipeline. And it's one of those things where, man, we have a lot of different options where we can go. So, so guys, by this time next week, who do we sign? Almost certainly, I feel like Bryn Forms is going to be a Piston. Almost certainly, I feel like Marvin Bagley is going to be coming back. And then from there, I think we just make some trades. I think we make some solid moves and, possibly take on some more assets. There's a lot of different things that we can do, man. It's pretty great. Case cracked. I think we have one small move left in us. I could see that, man. I could definitely see it. I mean, the beauty of it is we made those big moves in the draft. Troy Weaver's shown that he's going to be aggressive and he's going to choose his spots to be aggressive. And he chose to go be aggressive and do that in the draft. Definitely not a bad thing, man. Definitely not a bad thing at all. I would love to have Pat Bev. Bro, if we had Pat Bev, that would be awesome. I love Pat Bev. I've been a proponent of Pat Bev, and I've been on the pro Pat Bev agenda without a doubt. So one of those things where I just think that, you just need vets and guys that can come in and help you win and help you impact basketball, make positive moves for your team. Ultimately, like you said, man, and Troy, we trust. A stretch 4, stretch 5, anything like that, man, not bad at all. Not bad at all. What about Kyle Anderson? I like Kyle Anderson. I would not be opposed that a guy that kind of fits that bill, someone that could stretch the floor. I don't know if I love what Kyle Anderson, I'm a little hesitant on what he brings to the defensive end, but it's not like the kind of move that like inspires me and gets me out of the bed in the morning. I'm going to be like, "Hey, all you people. Hey, all you people." Like, "Hey, all you people, won't you listen to me?" Like, it's not gonna be like one of those things. Like, I'm not gonna be super pumped about it in that sense. But I mean, in another sense, it adds value and makes the team better. Y'all, we've gained 23 subscribers on the channel since the stream started as well. Thank you so much. Let's freaking go, man. That's awesome. All we need are some shooting wings, and we're good, dude. I mean, I feel like we're pretty good at the big. We're pretty solid at guard depth. Like you said, we just need some guys who can shoot the freaking basketball and guys who are older. And then just keep building around the pieces that you have. And then eventually make some trades, get some better players. I mean, hell, I wouldn't be opposed to bringing in a guy like Gordon Hayward. All right, let's start there. I'm going to throw a poll in the chat. Let me throw it in the chat right now. Kevin Durant. I mean, no, we're not doing Kevin Durant. Case cracked with the Canada 279. Thank you so much, brother. Bagley is a power forward stopgap. Need a real power forward at some point. I can see that for sure. I think at the very least he fills a role right now. I don't know if he's someone that, in the long term comes in and is like a super like franchise piece or anything like that. However, like you said, I think he's a guy that brings a ton of value on this roster. So, I mean, listen, man, you can never go wrong with just having some more solid pieces that you can count on and pieces that, just make this team better. So, listen, bro, it's a good time to be a Pistons fan right now. That's just where we're at. You know what I'm saying? Just a good time to be a fan. Now, what do you think? Jonathan Isaac? No. Nope. I'm good on Jonathan Isaac. I am very much out on the Jonathan Isaac sweepstakes. Just personally, yeah, I'm good. I am good. But let me put it in the chat. Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward to the Pistons. I'm curious what y'all's thoughts are. Putting the poll in the chat right now. Do you like Gordon Hayward on the Pistons? Yes or no? I'm curious to see what your responses are. So go ahead and put that in the chat. Whoa, that's a hell no. That is a hell no. Let me know. Let me know in the chat what it would take for you to get that deal. In order to accept him on the roster. Because I think if you attach a first round pick, you only have him for 2 more years. Kind of tradable next year. It's not the worst idea. He's a veteran. I don't want to ruin a rebuild. What the hell are you talking about? You're not committing to Gordon Hayward long term. You wouldn't be committing to him for more than a year, just like what we're doing right now. Some kind of first round pick, man. What up, everybody? Thank y'all for coming in. Yeah, he's not a piece to build around. I'm not saying he's a piece to build around. I'm saying he's a piece that can come in for like a year. Tops. Here's what I would consider. Hayward's a 2-year contract. Trade Olynyk, Kojo for Hayward. Get a pick from the Hornets in return. That's what I'm saying, dude. Offload Olynyk and Kojo. Bring back PJ Washington. Possibly Gordon Hayward. Figure out the salaries. Maybe a pick. Not the worst move in the world, man. I'm not saying it's the worst thing. Yo, Joe Polo, bro. Thank you for hopping in, man. I've been seeing this channel popping up quite a bit. I think we got to give the people what they want. We got to collab at some point, Joe Polo. What do you say, bro? I think we got to make that happen. I think we got to give the people what they want, brother. What up, Joe Polo? Thank you for hopping in, brother. I appreciate it. Troy isn't thinking about money. All right, we got someone that's hell no on book night. We got someone that's hell no on book night. Absolutely, bro. Hell yeah, man. That's what's up. Hey, Polo, if you want to come in right now, I'll send you the link. Let me find you on Twitter right now. I think we're in we're in some mutual chats. Let me find you here. Just 1 second, brother. Much love, Chad. What up, Joe? I'm finding you on Twitter right now. I'm going to send you the link. Listen, man, I'm just about putting on for the community. I just followed you, Joe. So if you follow me back, I can DM you the link. Oh, you're driving. Shoot, never mind, brother. Another time. All good. My bad. But definitely would love to have you in here sometime. I thought this was crispy flakes, dude. The worst part. Oh no, you want Book Night. Oh, I would love Book Night too. I would love Book Night. I would not say no to that. All right. Here's the worst part. I can actually do a crispy flakes impression. What's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Today, man, we're going to talk about what's going on, guys. Oh my gosh. Hurts my voice when I do it, though. I'm not going to lie. Sadiq is definitely the way to go right now. Hope he's not a Brandon Jennings. 100%. Okay. Had the troll come back in. Crispy voice is deeper. Bro, I'm saying I could do a good Crispy Flakes, dude. All I'm saying, I could do a good ass Crispy Flakes. What's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here, man. Let me tell you, man. Nothing wrong with Crispy at all, brother. But no, Polo's legit, man. I've been seeing his content. He's a guy that cares about the Pistons. Shout out to him, man. And listen, I'm someone that's about, like I don't view other like Pistons content creators as like competitors or anything like that. Like I see us as a community, man. We're all riding the same team. We're all in the same brotherhood. We're all big fans. And listen, man, it's all about the love, all about the community. So Polo, thanks for hopping in here, bro. I'm definitely excited to see you in here. For sure. Appreciate you tuning in. What's y'all's bench looking like right now? Well, definitely Nerlens Noel and Alec Burks. Definitely possibly Marvin Bagley, Killian Hayes. Ashton tweeted, "Stay woke," means more moves are coming. Well, dude, Ashton's definitely going to keep it real with you, man. There's definitely going to be more to come. That's the thing. The trades aren't done. We saw with Weaver that trades take multiple steps, right? And it takes multiple different things to happen. It goes down multiple different roads, multiple different avenues, right? So the Pistons have opportunities, and listen, they can just grow and they can expand their roster. So, what do you think about Summer League squad? Herb Balsa coming back, dude. Bro, I am so excited for the Summer League. I was actually thinking about I want to do some Summer League streams, like actually like doing some like companion streams, going through and watching all this stuff together, man. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, I am super excited for the Summer League. I think we have I love the two-way players that we're bringing in. I love Duren and Ivy, the pick and roll potential that we're going to see with that in the Summer League. Man, it's all the different possibilities, brother. Woo-wee! It's going to be fun. It's going to be absolute popcorn type television. It's going to be so good. What people have to understand with Cade is that he just needs shooters and finishers around him. That alone is pretty much a playoff team. Adding Ivy, who is a playmaker, team will be scary, bro. Exactly. It's one of those things where it just makes the team better. You know what I mean? It's like we see with LeBron, right? What's the best thing you can put around a versatile playmaker? Shooters. Get a guy who can shoot the ball. It's not a crazy concept, bro. It's really not. Like it's not unforeseen. And I just don't think we need to make it anything more, anything more crazy than that. You know what I'm saying? Summer League, about bench players 14 and 15. I mean, yeah, I mean, Summer League it's not important at the end of the day, right? I mean, if we can go and win a Summer League championship, give a Summer League MVP, get some confidence, it's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing at all. But I mean, think about it, man. All the talent we brought in within the last 2 years, we're in a hell of a position. Absolute hell of a position. Just so exciting for this team. Y'all, we've gained, just by going live, just by hanging out and doing this, we've gained 35 subscribers. Put W's in the chat. Thank you all so much, everyone that's tuning in and coming in and hanging out and talking basketball. This is an absolute blast. We got to do this more often, without a doubt. We're going to be going live tomorrow night for the Courthouse, another episode of the Courthouse. So I'll be here. I don't know if Jeff will be here or not, but we'll definitely be here debating basketball. Definitely gonna have to have some people come in and talk some picks and everything. We got the podcast with Cone coming up tomorrow as well. Super excited about that. Let's see here. Bravo. I read somewhere the Pistons interested in bringing Rui Hachimura in this last year. I could see that. I mean, it's another wing, someone potential who could bring some stuff. Thank you for all the W's. Everyone put that in there. Polo, thank you for putting a W in, bro. Um, Dude, get to the trade. Jeez. Brother, I've been talking about the trade for like a hour. What the do you want, you clown, you fool, you? What the? I'm just kidding, man. But yeah, it was a good trade. All around. I think the Pistons got better. And yeah, man, good stuff. Boston Celtics Will Hardy also became the new head coach of the Utah Jazz. Thought that was a good hire as well. I mean, what a shocker. You have guys from finals teams ultimately becoming the coach. I think Stud Muffin got better. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Pistons the most hyped team this year. Let's fucking go. Definitely going to turn heads. All right. Just in case you got in here, who the Pistons got? We got Alec Burks. We got Nerlens Noel. We got some second round picks. We got some draft capital. We got some salary flexibility. We got some veterans to come in and play some basketball. We got better. That's what we got. Wait, was there another trade? Was there another trade? No? Okay. I don't think there was another trade, but if there is, definitely be sure to let me know. But Pistons community is definitely popping right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love it, man. Shout out to the Pistons community, man. Shout out to Sheed. Dude, absolutely, man. Sean got money in pocket from New York. Brother, I wish. But man, I'm feeling good, dude. Hey, thank you to everybody that's coming in here, new to the stream, new to the channel, showing love. It's just fun here to sit here and talk basketball, man. What do you guys think? I want to see from your guys' end. I want you to throw in the chat. Do you think there's some other names that the Pistons should be pursuing? Who do you want to see the Pistons sign this offseason? Let me know in the chat who specifically you guys want to see the Pistons sign this coming offseason. Because I think that there's a lot of different routes we can go. There's a lot of different players we can add. Again, we talked about Bryn Forbes. Love that. Gary Harris. Would love that. John Collins. If this was like a year or two from now, I would love a John Collins trade. But I just don't think it's the right time. Not yet. Malik Monk would be a dog, dude. I would love if Malik Monk could come to Detroit, play that Jordan Clarkson role in Utah, where he's just that six man, where he comes to Detroit and he just gets buckets. You know, I feel like that would be a pretty freaking awesome role for him. Just come to Detroit, come get buckets, come make moves. Just need trades, maybe Olynyk and Kojo. Bro, don't move everything King's favorite player, man. Everything King. We know how much he loves Corey Joseph, brother. We can't do it to this guy. It would break his heart. We can't do that, man. We basically got everything, to be honest. Could add more shooting though. Exactly, dude. We pretty much have the skeletons and of what we can do, man. I mean, Sean, you're sleeping on how much money we actually have left after signing the rookies and reaching a deal with Bagley. We won't have much left after eating all that money from. No, I agree. We won't have much left. That's why go get some shooters and some veterans. Cheap. Go get cheap players. That's why I'm talking about, like, yeah, but, like, in addition, you would think other trades are gonna be made as well. I don't think Troy Weaver's the type of guy that's only making one trade. That's just me. I know people are bringing up Miles Bridges, and listen, man, it's just not gonna happen. I just think I just think there's a better market available next year. I just think you wait until that market's out there and you go do it. But man, Ashton told us to stay woke. When Ashton tells you to stay woke, that means you better stay woke. It means you better be ready. Other things are around the corner, brother. I can imagine that. But according to James Edwards III, if the Pistons don't pick up options on Noel and Burks next summer, they'll have those two, Kojo, Diallo, and the dead money of DeAndre Jordan coming off the books. That's roughly 35-ish million, assuming none are retained, making them big players again in free agency. The list of free agents next year is overwhelming. It's a big list. So, Sean, what are your thoughts on possible bringing Grayson Allen? I mean, if we just want to go for the full, if we want to just go with the full freaking, bad boy vibe, just pricks on the roster, hell of a start. Hell of a start. However, personally, he's going back to Milwaukee. And in addition, I just don't like him. I just don't like him. I don't. I really don't. I really don't. But not a bad player, but Troy's the master class, baby. That's what we're talking about, dude. We don't need any more bigs. We're good on bigs. And I think overall, man, I think we're heading in a good direction. I think I'm gonna wrap up here in a couple minutes. I am gonna have to delete this stream, unfortunately, off of the archives, which sucks. However, I do want to thank everybody that did come and tune in and made this stream happen. I'm super pumped for what's coming down the pipeline with the channel, with everything happening. Man, we gained almost 50 subscribers in this one stream. Let's freaking go. Y'all are insane. I want Bryn Forbes too, man. Absolutely. We're going to the freaking moon. Ooh, wait. By the way, y'all, I do want to throw out there before we go. If you do Pistons streams daily, hey, we can make that happen, man. We're definitely doing Pistons content daily. So be sure you're here because we're definitely going to have a lot of content coming this way. But in addition, man, I love being in here with Pistons fans, love being in here with everyone that contributes and stays in the content. I want to thank y'all so much for swinging through. If you do want to become a From Half Court member, one of the benefits of doing so is in these chats. It's not going to show on here, but we do have exclusive emojis. We do have exclusive From Half Court emotes. We have the K Cunningham, the Jeff, and myself emotes that you can use. That is one perk, but also you can play myself and Jeff live, 2K each month. We're going to be starting those streams here pretty soon, which I'm pretty pumped about. But in addition, we got the pod coming out tomorrow with Cone. We got another video coming out Thursday. Got the Pizza Palace coming out Friday. Hey, dude, you damn right. Hey, hold on. Hold up. I like that. I like that. We buffed up, baby. Hey, which camera I'm looking at? Hey, shout out to Troy. That's what's up, baby. Freaking go. Hey, man. I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. I want to thank y'all for making From Half Court your home for NBA and Pistons content. Be sure you're following myself on Twitter, Sean Half Court. Be sure you're staying up to date on the stream. Make sure you're keeping up to date on all the stuff going on. And hey, as soon as updates are coming down the pipeline, this is the place to check. Seriously, man, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I am going to have to delete this stream out of the archives because of some trolls and all that crap. But hey, man, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next time from Half Court. Sure to subscribe.